This is AV SuperFriends Off the Rails, an almost regularly scheduled open discussion on audio and video in higher education. We'll sound off about our most brilliant ideas, our dumbest mistakes, and everything in between. And because this conversation will almost certainly go off the rails at some point, we'll end up covering just about everything else. And now, the AV SuperFriends.
For June 11th, 2025. Something like that.
Is that what today is?
Yes,
Ish.
it's June 11th, 2025.
Justin's like, it's day 7.
Oh my God.
The never-ending week.
We're at InfoComm, so where's my little intro here? So recording live from InfoComm, and we're all in the same room for the first time since the last time. As always, I'm Chris Dechter. It's time for another Good Morning InfoComm. So grab your coffee, grab your badges, get ready for the show that's sweatier than a Florida swamp. Or something like that.
Yeah. It's exactly as sweaty as
It
a
is
Florida swamp.
very muggy
It's
here.
literally a
is.
Florida swamp.
Literally a swamp. So let's see here. I'm doing this on the fly. Let's say hello to our panel of august AV Super Friends with this button, as per normal. And I need, honestly, I need like 3 screens here. This is tough. So I'm joined by I'm joined by an audience experience curator from Kansas City, Jamie Reinhardt.
Just here to make you happy.
Also joined by an event orchestration specialist from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Larry Darling.
I got this whole event orchestrated.
For me to make you happy.
Yeah. It's a tag team.
Also joined by our occasional guest here, our I want to say long lost 6th super friend, but not lost, just
Wandering.
busy. Wandering.
Just misplaced.
Prodigal.
A live moment architect from Northern Virginia. Say hello to Rachel Bradshaw.
It's all about making the moments, people. It's the moments that matter.
And finally joined by our what would we say here? Our super qualified, our august leader, our vice president of real-time engagement from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Mr. Justin Rexing.
This vice president's pretty tired.
But the highest
We're in the
class
highest
scores ever.
The highest class scores ever.
What?
That's right.
I'm sorry, what now?
With Mr. Watts.
Yes.
I know.
All right.
So just straight 5s?
So we got all 6s and 5s.
How do you get 6s?
That's
It's
the
on the
highest,
number.
I thought it was out of
that's the
5.
highest one.
And then there was 2, there's
That's how
literally
good they
only.
did.
Is that why I've never been invited back?
Yes.
Yeah. There's only 2 3s. We skipped
That-
a 4th for course content not
Oh.
being available, but it was available. So, and there was a couple
Recount.
3 or 4s for chairs, which I didn't make those things. So,
Yeah.
we'll just let that go. But yeah, it was really. And then the students stayed after on the last day for 30 minutes, asking questions.
That's-
Not
You
one
can make
person
them leave.
left.
That's not
Isn't that
one.
not one person left early?
Oh, so you guys were
Did you
so,
lock the doors?
No.
You were so bad at teaching that they
We had to-
all these clarifications.
Yeah, we were like, hey, we got some questions.
Let me tell you, after like 3 days of 3-hour classes, if the
People are ready
don't
to
want
go.
to like immediately
Yeah.
do not pass go, do not collect $200 straight to the bar, then you've done something really right.
Yeah.
Or the restroom
The
in the
content
bar.
was refreshed. We had it reorganized a little
That is
bit.
some refreshing
Nice.
content.
Yeah.
I like it.
So it worked out.
So we are here live from the InfoComm show floor.
Before it opens.
Before it opens again, we started by 8:29, so we didn't quite make our goal of 8 a.m., but we had a lot of setup to do.
Here at Computer Comforts.
Check out the social media posts for the top-tier cable management we've got going.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
But yeah, we're at the Computer Comforts booth. Thanks to them for letting us invade while they're trying to frantically set up.
Yeah, they're like trying to clean the tables, and we're like, no, we got cable. We're gonna
getting
make a
the skunk
mess.
guy
And
from,
And
we're
Jackson
like,
Pollock
them.
inspired cable management
are,
situation here.
Probably now regretting their
Squid Game.
decision to
and we set up
agree to
on the
let us
wrong
be here.
table.
We did.
And that's
did.
my fault. That's on me.
So they're
very
And
nice
they even
table, though.
asked us, they're like, why the hell did you use this
So
table? You
this
just wanna
year, Computer
stand?
Comforts
Yeah.
specifically brought a table designed for podcasting or, I guess, group work, group learning sort
Oh,
of thing.
look, there it is.
Yeah.
And
With a microphone.
Yeah,
really
with,
nice.
with
We're
a
not
microphone.
on that table. We're just on kind of their regular, what was this, like
Huddle space.
huddle
Huddle
space table?
space.
Yeah, stand up.
So we'll be on that one tomorrow, and we'll get to try their table with an actual
Man, those
podcast.
chairs look comfortable.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Here we are standing like suckers.
That's my fault.
It's
That's a-
morning 1, so you can still stand. Morning 2, yeah.
Good point. And the next person who says wear comfortable shoes gets punched in the teeth.
But I bought comfy shoes.
So we snuck in last night, and we've already seen everything on the show floor, and we're leaving today, so we're done.
Actually, it was open last night till at least 11
Because
p.m.
people were freaking out trying to set up stuff.
Yeah,
So
because I walked through as a shortcut to get from point A to point B.
what's the best thing you've seen on the floor so far since you were here all last night?
Saw a lot of cardboard.
Cardboard.
I saw some digital signage things and displays. I
Any
haven't
robots?
seen any AI yet, though.
No AI,
No
no,
AI yet?
robots.
But I did take an AI class yesterday.
What
Did you
was
learn
that
all about
one?
it?
It was about compliance and security, and
Oh.
about how we all should be fearing for our lives.
That seems correct.
Yeah.
Is this the same one you went to?
No, I was in a different AI class where there was some, but I might argue not quite enough talk of compliance and security.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting, and possibly I'll get into it later.
Look, Rachel, that's for like version 2 of AI to figure out.
Yeah.
We're just getting it out the door.
See, I was supposed to
So-
sign up for all the AI classes, so I guess I missed that one. Because I'm going to
This-
do a full post-mortem on AI for InfoComm.
So I will tell you,
Unofficial.
officially unofficial. So this is Byron Terry's new organization
Oh.
Next, which is going to be all focused on figuring out, testing, creating like skunk works to develop AI and AV applications.
Okay.
He's going to do a session about it today on the technology innovation
I'm
stage
probably
at
in
11.
that.
Which I cannot endorse that you go to because I am also doing a session today at 11 a.m. No. Byron's thing is going to be excellent. I'm talking about sustainability in live events. So if you want to come save the planet, come to mine. If you want to destroy the planet, come to
Ooh.
Byron's. Very easy choice.
How much
Byron.
AI? How much AI in your sustainability discussion?
None. It's not
Yeah.
part of the scope. I mean, maybe a little.
Maybe some.
We'll see. Ray
Not a lot,
Kent,
but
who's
some.
on my session, is actually part of Byron's Next organization. Anyway, my point is, Byron is launching this organization called Next. If you are interested in following the conversation about AI and AV, I would recommend finding them on LinkedIn, joining up, following, because they've got a lot of really interesting people talking about it. And he's going to be launching this organization today. He's going to do a kickoff after the session. So even
Yep.
if you come to my session, you can still go to Byron's kickoff. I think that's probably the way to
Yeah,
play
there
it.
you go.
You know?
And then if you've never heard Byron talk, you need to go because it's very soothing.
It is. He has
And he's great content.
true world-class accent on that guy.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
great.
Dulcet tones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very professional sounding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Unlike
Very
us.
serious.
Unlike
with
us.
the accent. Yeah,
Deep voice
Deep
helps.
voice.
Really makes you sound smart no matter what you're saying.
exactly.
So yeah, what else do we have going on this week? We're doing this show every morning. So if you're listening to this on a published MP3, please look for us every morning on this. We're doing several live events. When are we doing live? We're doing.
Are we doing one today?
We are doing one today.
Shit.
Yes.
We're at.
Catchbox.
Oh, okay. That's
every
today?
afternoon. So
Every
every
afternoon,
at
okay.
3. If you're
3?
here, every afternoon at 3, we're doing a show. Today is Catchbox. Tomorrow, QSIS, and then on Friday we're a little bit earlier. We're on Avixa TV, on the Avixa TV stage, and streaming on Avixa TV.
One time only, so you better catch it.
Yeah,
this
they
year.
are not going to be pleased with that.
They're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna be really upset. They're gonna invite us
Guys,
back.
do not destroy my relationship with Avixa.
We're gonna try
Too
not
late.
to.
Well, and they're letting us kick off their whole afternoon block, and I'm like,
Well, I
people are
mean,
just gonna
I'm up
leave.
there, so I've got a little bit of a.
Yeah, that's right.
We're
We have a
gonna-
dog in this hunt.
We'll find. We'll
We
find
like
out.
these people.
The last time we were associated with Avixa, what happened, Rachel?
I don't remember. I can't recall.
So we're doing that Friday. We're doing a tour on Friday, and I keep having manufacturers and other organizations reach out, ask if they can be on the tour, and I keep telling them we don't know what's
know.
on the tour until we've been here to go personally vet items for the tour. So
Yes.
cool it, unless they add more zeros to that big novelty check,
No.
which so far
We got a
no
novelty
takers.
check.
We only
No,
take
but the
novelty
first
checks.
one gets on the tour.
Oh, okay.
There's
Okay.
enough zeros. So Rachel, you've got a couple sessions going, or
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing?
Yeah, so today I'm doing Leveraging Technology for Sustainability in Live Events. That's at 11 a.m. It's part of the main conference program. So if you're a conference pass holder, come check that out. I'll have Julie Legault, who is the SAVE Ambassador for Canada, Wynn Johnson, who's the National Director of Audio for Freeman AV, and Ray Kent, who is like the guy when it comes to live events. He is the COO of Red Dragon Arts and also the host of the Theater Operations Unleashed podcast.
Okay.
Then tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. on the Technology Innovation stage, I have got the Enterprise IT Trends panel. and I'm going to have Pratik Chanda from Cisco. I'm going to have Rupam Jain from Frost & Sullivan, who's an analyst. I'm going to have Kat Taub from Audinate, and I'm going to have Dave Hatz from CTI. So
Nice.
that's going to
Okay.
be a killer session.
That's a lot of big
That's
names.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of
That
heavy
is.
hitters.
Jamie, how many sessions are you doing this year? Oh, wait.
I was lucky just to get
Jamie
here.
is a late arrival.
I
and
did.
Is,
I
currently-
made
currently
reservations
staying
last
in,
week.
Currently staying in
Not
a
as
hostel.
lucky as Larry is to
Jamie's
get
staying
here.
in a lean-to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
With
we'll
three
get to
walls.
we'll get to that. Yeah. So Jamie's in a hostel / cracked in.
Yeah.
with no soap or water.
Hey, look, my new roommate that just kind of came through the door, we're okay.
We just
We're
call
all
him.
right.
We just call him Big Jim.
He said, I go, who's that?
In my
he
room
goes,
now.
"Blah, blah, blah," and laid down on the bed. So we're good.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got going. I'm doing a session today at 4 o'clock called something, creating an improved teaching and learning experience with automated cameras. So talking about how University
AI?
of Wyoming is. I added some AI yesterday.
Okay.
So University of Wyoming, I'm talking about the the campus-wide project, but then apparently also the award-winning campus-wide project, which I'm still not fuzzy on, still not clear on. But also talking about how the different types of automated cameras we deployed, different types of automated cameras in general, all that fun stuff, and then some reactions from initial reactions from faculty and students on their take on it, which is kind of amusing. So spoiler, some of them don't realize those cameras are automatic, which is always kind of fun. So.
like somebody's back in the closet operating them. They didn't really.
Well, we
put
get that
together.
complaint. We also get the complaint of like, did that just move? What's going on over there? So yeah, it's interesting. So it's early days yet. We've been doing it for a little bit less than a year. We're working on a more formal feedback process this fall. We're making some changes based on that. So it'll be an interesting session if you want to hear about kind of early days of widely deploying automated cameras. What else do we have going? So I think that's all for today. So Larry, how was your flight?
My flight was
Interesting.
shorter than expected.
I'm just glad to see that you're still standing.
I am still
So
standing.
why don't you give us a background of what happened?
You were in the
there?
news.
So
He did make the news.
You were on like CNN and Fox News and everything.
Oh yeah, I had one of my favorite manufacturer's rep call me and say, "Hey, we're going to do dinner on Monday night. So you want to change your flight so we could, meet up?" And I was like, sure. I got nothing else going on Monday." So I changed my flight from the flight I was going to be on to the one that decided there was smoke in the cabin and had to make an emergency landing in a little tiny regional airport in Jacksonville. So it was fun. Like
Face mask come down.
first time I've ever been in a plane that the masks
Oxygen.
come down and the plane just drops down to the safe altitude almost immediately. So my ears are still a little jacked.
Oh, so did you leave your seat for a little bit?
No, but it felt like a roller coaster. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just nosedive down to get to the safe altitude.
Well,
and
because the
then
cabin depressurized, right?
it was in the process. And so they were like, okay, we're going to get down. And so, yeah, I rented a car for the return trip because we got that live show on Friday. It's like the last thing I'm scheduled to do. And I don't want to be on Avixa TV already planning on ruining our reputation there. And then be thinking about, okay, after this, I have to go fly with Delta again.
Or
You don't want that Avixa TV show to be the last thing you ever do
Yeah,
on
I
this
mean,
planet.
come on. I need to step on a
we
better note.
we'll
than
use
that.
a frame grab from that as an awkward picture of Larry and his obituary.
Yeah, so.
Just cut directly to
Hey,
Sarah
for
McLachlan.
the show art, can we put like
Arms.
Larry in a plane that's on fire doing this?
I'll make some notes.
Yeah.
Larry, I've been telling
We need
everybody that
show
you
art.
demanded the plane land early because you needed a snack.
Yeah, I was hungry and,
I needed a real bathroom. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but
I'm
Jacksonville.
not using that little bathroom.
So, Larry, tell me if you had this experience. I met somebody else who was on that flight yesterday, and he said he received within an hour a email from Delta saying, "We're so sorry about that experience. Here is a $200 voucher."
You got
Yeah.
$200?
Now you know what your life is worth.
a $200 voucher
Voucher.
to Delta. So I have to fly with them again to
Can
redeem
you apply
it.
that on the rental car? No, I guess
No.
not.
Is it
How
only good
much-
for flights, or can you just use it for snacks?
Maybe. I might check that out.
$200 worth of pretzels, please.
So I don't
Right now,
How
in my
So
mouth.
many
Larry's-
mini bottles of vodka?
Larry's PTSD is worth $200 to Delta.
That's
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, so I heard about this in that AI session that I was in because the guy said, "Well, I just used ChatGPT to compose my letter back to Delta about how that was not enough money."
That's what I said to Larry. I said, don't take that. Hold out. He was explaining all like I guess PTSD, kind of your reactions to it. I was like, bundle all that up, tell them that until they start adding more zeros. Maybe they like to sponsor the show. This show brought to you by Delta.
I mean, I'll fly again at some point. I'm just not ready to Friday.
On that airline.
Little
On
soon.
that airline. Like,
Could have been worse. Could have been Spirit, which would have been going down, and then somebody would have been punching you on the way. So. If you've ever
Spirit.
if you ever wanted to join a pugilistic airline, it's Spirit. So, guaranteed fights.
Isn't
First
that like
rule of
more?
Spirit Airlines is we don't talk about Fight
Yeah.
Club.
Isn't that kind of like the equivalent of the party bus, but in the sky?
Yes.
Yes.
It is very much like people who have never been on a plane and don't understand you can have 2 bags.
Yeah.
They're like, well, these don't count.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
Is that a bag?
These
Yes.
don't
Okay.
It's it is a. If you've never flown Spirit, I would almost recommend you do it once just to have done it.
no.
But don't plan on doing anything.
Yeah.
Just like fly on one flight.
wanna-
and
let's just say you
wherever
wanna-
you end up, you end up.
You want a relaxed, open itinerary. If you're
Yeah.
flying on Spirit.
Yeah. You don't
If you're
need-
bored, fly on Spirit.
If you'd like to ever see what it's like when airport police come onto the plane afterwards, yeah.
Spirit's your
Yes.
option.
I mean, tickets are like $7, so it's a cheaper afternoon's entertainment than going to
Tickets
movies.
start
True.
at 7, but that's one of those airlines where they're like, oh, and you want a seat belt? Oh, and it's things.
That's an ad.
Yeah. By the time you're done, you're like, I'm $200 here. What's going on? So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Anything else we've got going? I guess general trends for the show. I've got a list of stuff I'm looking for. Larry did make a note of that article. I'll put that in the show notes.
Oh, nice.
So you can all share in Larry's misery.
It also made the Today Show, so it's like national news.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Is the Today Show national news?
I'm assuming it's still on like.
It's on nationally.
Yeah,
I mean, what
see?
like
I wouldn't know. The TV in my hotel's broken.
Did you already sell the TV out of your hotel room?
I'm thinking about picking one up here because, like, on the stand is upright. The TV is leaning forward.
you don't even have a TV.
It's mistakes were made.
You got 4x3 or 16:9.
Mistakes were made.
Okay.
He's 21.9. They went all out on this.
Yeah.
They figured it's a 21.9's garbage, so
So
here's a
I might
garbage
be
hotel.
I might be looking for a TV on the show floor.
There's many to choose from. Oddly enough, my hotel, the TV has like the streaming built in, but then there's also an outboard box. And so if you go to HDMI 1, there's more stream. I'm like, what is happening here?
It's like a Teams room. There's
Yeah,
you know,
there's
multiple layers of control.
stuff that you want there. Yes. Which experience would you like today? So, all right. Well, anyone big trends we're looking for? Justin, you said you're doing a whole bunch of AI stuff.
I'm
just
in
to see
like
what's out
7
there.
classes today on
He's
AI.
very skeptical of AI. He wants to learn all about it.
I haven't heard anything shocking yet, but there was only one class I took on AI, so we'll find out. I'm trying to figure out the difference between fake AI and I'm trying to find real AI.
I have a hot tip for you on that.
Okay.
It's not here.
Look.
Oh, there
have
you go.
guys,
Thanks, Jamie.
Have you guys heard of NetSpeak? This is mine that
NetSpeak.
I'm gonna go check this out. They've got a demo of a large language model front end, AI back end, agentic network operations manager.
Say that word
for
again.
UC.
That doesn't register in Kentucky speak. Say that. What?
Agentic, as in like
Agentic?
it's gonna do it for you, like no man in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Agentic network operations manager for UC networks.
And what
That's
what
a
is
lot of
that
words.
company
It
called?
is.
Now,
That's
did I
word
make up that
salad.
title, or is this?
No, it's a real thing.
What's the company again?
NetSpeak. Speak with 2
NetSpeak.
E's.
Oh, it's one of these.
Oh, jeez. Why can't?
There's an answer to that.
I know there's an answer, but it makes Googling things very
what's
hard.
the
No, it
answer?
makes Googling things very easy. If you spell it correctly, it's common nouns and you get too many results. If you spell it wrong, you get one result and it's the right one.
But I have to know how to spell it wrong.
That's true. You do first have to like establish the brand and then that works, but until that point it is a little bit annoying.
Okay.
So I'm guessing the reason they did it is because NetSpeak EAK is in Urban Dictionary.
Right.
See, I've got a ChatGPT project going,
There
and
you
I'm just
go.
going to type in companies, hey, go do research, and then it's going to go find. So my AI is going to go find out about AI.
That's a biased result, though.
Is it, though?
Urban
We're gonna find
Dictionary.
out.
Well, you know, AI is fairly egoless. Like I will ask ChatGPT all the time to tell me about like the dangers and how it hallucinates and what it gets wrong, and it's like, oh yeah, ChatGPT's garbage. You can't trust that guy.
So Urban
talks shit
Dictionary,
about itself.
Urban Dictionary says NetSpeak EAK is what incoherent morons overuse because they're too idiotic to type a few extra letters. So I understand why NetSpeak EK.
Wait a minute.
That was clearly written by a noob. 2 zeros.
Hold on.
What? Incoherent morons.
Hot damn, you're not lying. I
He's
thought
not.
you made that up while you were
No.
making a typo on purpose or else
Yeah, I'm
ignoring
not-
the rules of grammar.
See,
I'm not getting that over
so
here.
This was written by an
Kentucky
English
talk,
teacher.
yeah.
So making a typo on purpose, which is what they name their company for. Like they.
Oh, it's
This guy
meta.
misspelled
It is
typing.
meta. I mean, this whole thing is just.
A way of
We've come
quickly
full
writing
circle.
what you would normally say in
NetSpeak is
IRC.
NetSpeak. We've entered the matrix.
So speaking of meta NetSpeak, here's a definition of NetSpeak that's trying to be derogatory about it. It says, typing skills used by morons on the computer, hard to understand shit and makes the user look utterly stupid. There are 3 typos in this definition. So typing with an E, T-Y-P-E-I-N-G. There's a, not a comma splice. Rachel, what do you call it? Like a fragment. There's a fragment. They put a sentence and they just said hard to understand. And the user is one word, the user. So they have 3 typos in the definition trying to make fun of people who use NetSpeak. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
So let's.
That's
I said
an
let's.
interesting branding decision.
It is.
Well, at least they went deliberately with the no. We're not associating ourselves with that terminology. We're EEK.
So we're actually doing this. What they're
course,
talking about.
We are?
What? Who?
Yes.
Where?
No, I mean the company,
What?
like NetSpeak is NetSpeak. It is
Yeah.
intentionally misspelled. You see?
Shouldn't there be
It's they're
3s in
doing-
there?
Doing the actually, yeah, that would be.
That would be awesome, actually.
Right.
Jamie, Larry, any trends? Anything you're looking for? Anything you guys are excited
I'm
to
not
see
looking
before
for
we close out?
today's Discovery Day.
We're gonna wander.
I am a wanderer, especially when I came with no agenda.
I'm here for 2 things primarily. I want to find
Kicking ass and chewing bubble gum.
And I'm all out of bubble gum.
I already took care of that with Delta. Now
They gave you free gum.
I want to find people who are actually integrating Oracast into their product.
Okay.
That's the next step in accessibility. I want to go all in on it,
I'm
but I
all on
need
board, yeah.
companies that are actually doing it. And then I still want to I want to have the ability to fully integrate all of USB-C into my systems.
You mean the full meal deal version of USB-C?
I want the full meal deal, and then let me decide which aspects of it I choose not to
Hey,
do.
this thing right here, this company right here called iBase-USA, it says Taiwan right here. They got a bunch of big USB boxes on the wall. You should check them out.
I'm
Probably
pretty
not,
sure,
but
I'm pretty
okay.
sure everybody has
I
lots
bet,
of USB boxes.
yeah, like they look like they might be able to do maybe something.
But like, I'm okay with. I will probably not use the data, unlike Jamie, because that just seems weird to me.
Just
Wait,
throwing
what?
shade? What?
He uses the network aspect of
Oh,
USB-C.
that data.
Yeah,
okay.
and so
okay.
I'm not going to do that, but I want the
God
product
forbid
to
we
be
have
able.
network.
We have network other ways. I don't want them to plug into their device.
I don't want to plug in. Said no AV person ever.
I know, but I want the option to be there if I choose to.
I do like the idea. Does anybody make like a selectable, like service level device that lets you dial back or enable different features than
Wow.
USB-C? That would
I
be
have
cool.
not heard about that, and that does patent pending.
Someone invent that right now.
It sounds to me like somebody needs to start learning programming, FPGA chips.
I'm going to get right on it, Jamie. Give me like 20 minutes. I do want to say on the Oracast thing, I agree with you, Larry. And we were early on in that. Go back to listen to our show from a year ago about Oracast being the next
Yeah.
big thing. And now that other people were kind of like sitting up and taking notice, we beat you guys by a year. So,
Yeah.
so we will find next year's trend today, and then we'll tell you all about it. So, all right. Well, with that, I am going to close out by pushing this button.
Are we done?
We're done.
Is that a show?
There's
That's a
music
show.
involved. There's there's a
oh.
thing.
We
no.
got things to do. We can't hang out
we
here
gotta
all
go watch
day.
the ribbon cutting. It's big stuff happening.
It's
do?
too late. Actually,
already-
it's not too late. We
Yeah,
can run
no,
out
we've
there.
got 5 minutes. We could go watch the
Like
ribbon
run
cutting.
run
Okay,
back
me
in?
and Justin set this up. You all tear it down. We're going to go watch it.
There you go.
Really? That's what's happening here?
I've
That's what's
seen
happening.
enough ribbon
We made a
cuttings,
mess.
I
You
don't-
clean it up.
Yeah,
I just don't care about the ribbon.
I cook the dinner, you clean the dishes kind of thing?
yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing these dishes. All right, well, we're going to get this published out, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Well, we've managed to ruin yet another episode of AV Super Friends Off the Rails. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com. If you complain loud enough, we might just invite you on the show.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.
Good.